Good timing. I'm thinking about teaching Ashtanga primary series. You want to come?
Right now?
Yeah. No, you're not allowed on that one either.
Should I put mine here?
No. I want to practice next to each other. We'll see if he comes. Yeah.
Layla will love that.
Yeah. Have you ever practiced Ashtanga?
Yes, but I don't remember exactly what it contains.
It's where all flow came from.
Yeah.
So it was actually something funny enough that Greg had asked me to teach today.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you love the flow. It's very efficient.
Yeah.
So I think it might be cool just to teach you the primary series. It would be like the equivalent of.
Because Ashtanga is, it's always what it says on the classes that I take.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just don't know exactly what it means. So Ashtanga is yoga to me, like the way
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how it comes out.
Yeah.
We're gonna flip. I like practicing in the pool, so.
Yeah.
You guys wanna
Flip
be
this
there?
one or?
No. I mean,
Stand.
flip around how we're normally. You guys face this way. I'll be up here demonstrating if needed.
Yeah.
Get
Putting
any
your camera
props.
on?
Yeah, for teaching. Is that okay with you?
So you're recording that?
I want to. It's backlit, which means that nothing but shadow comes.
You know, what time do we teach in afternoon class? 5:30, yeah.
No, 5. So this guy, it's late.
You did 20 minutes to do a little.
No, he said he'd be here at 5 until 5:30. It's perfect when there's no one else here.
They're all gone.
Mom said we'll just do something fast.
Oh, that's cool.
You'd ask him this morning. Yeah, that would be fine. I yelled at you. And then he came back at the right exact time.
What time's the power coming back on?
Oh, it's just out.
Like you know. Okay, so we begin. I'm excited to share this with you.
You want to be over here?
As you want. I mean, I'll be
We'll be
here.
modifying the Asravasana.
Okay, so the beginning of an Ashtanga class is a mantra, so I'll just chant it. It's paying homage, essentially, to the teachers that have come before, and Patanjali, who is the giver of the system of the eighth path, Ashtanga Yoga. So we'll close our eyes. You can om with me if you want, or just hang out. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandara Shittasvatma Sukhavabode Nishveyase Jangale Kayamane Samsara Halla Halla Mohashante Abbahu Shakaram Shankachakra Siddharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjali Inhale, lift the hands. And exhale, come into a forward fold. Try to keep the knees straight. Engage the front of the thighs and the belly. Tuck the head in. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and hop or step back, move through a vinyasa. We're beginning Surya Namaskar 8. And we'll move through it 5 rounds. Inhale forward and up. And exhale back. Use the belly to bring you back. Begin to extend through your fingers, spread out nice and wide. Continue to breathe here for 5 rounds of breath. Heels come to the earth through pressing back through the pelvis. Tucking in lower ribs or imagining my hand on your middle back and pressing up into my hand. Pressing up towards the sky into my hand. Tapping the middle ribs. Yeah, that's it. Pressing into the underside of the knuckles on the hand. And the drishti, the gaze, is at the navel center. Your fifth and last exhale here. Inhale, hopper step forward between the hands. And finish the inhale coming up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, sweep the arms forward and up over the top of the head. Exhale, hands towards center and then down by the sides. Second round, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Move from the abdominal center. Keep the knees straight. More weight in the front. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, hopper step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Move through a vinyasa. Inhaling forward and up. And exhaling back. Allowing your abdominal to make that movement. Gorgeous. Same adjustment, ribs up towards sky. Pressing down through the underside of the knuckles. Gaze at drishti on the navel. And take 5 full rounds of breath. Your fifth breath, inhale, hopper step forward, and finish the inhale coming up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, engage front of thighs. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale through heart center, coming down to the sides. Third round, inhaling up. Exhale, continue. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, hopper step back. Press the ribs up to the sky as you lower down. Forward and up, really use your hands. Exhale back. Your own modifications in downward facing dog. If you want to imagine my hands or feet on the outside of your legs, press out into my legs. Even more, even more, even more, even more. Gorgeous. So these muscles on the outside of your thighs are turning on. Continue to press out. And through that space that you've created in the pelvis, use your abdominal center to press back and up towards my face. Yeah. At the same time, lift the middle of the ribcage towards the sky. That's your downward facing dog. Gorgeous. After your fifth round of breath, when you're ready, inhale, hopper step forward. Try to jump from the ribcage. Yeah, inhale up halfway. Beautiful. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, front of the thighs engaged, outward energy through the ankles, exhale back to center. And move through 2 more rounds following your own breath. The core tenet of the Ashtanga practice is my story, where you guide yourself through these movements. Inhaling, lengthening, strengthening from the belly. Exhaling, pressing down, and lowering while lifting. A pose where we hold for a few breaths, check in, belly, thighs, the energetics, ribs pressing up to the sky, Uddiyana Bandha, and the soft smile behind the eyes. facing dog, find the exploration with these adjustments that we've gone over. Spreading out your fingers and toes. Activation of front of thighs and abdomen. Pressure out to the sides through the ankles, engaging tensor fascia lata, muscle on the sides of the legs. And then lifting ribs up away from the earth, feeling that internal force of the bundle, a lot of energy, muscularity, transversus abdominis. Forward fold, lean into the toes. Return to hands at heart center. To begin Surya Namaskar B. And to do this, first bend the knees, sweep fingertips to the earth, and then up over the head to come into Utkatasana, chair posture. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Inhale, sweep the arms up over the top of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. On your exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back, move through Chaturanga Dandasana, or the variation of Vinyasa Namaskar and East Chest Chin. Moving at your own pace. Forward and up. And exhale back, use your belly to get there. Notice your hands and how you're using them, more weight into the underside of the knuckles. Inhale and step right foot forward. Arms come up over the top of the head, back heel drops at a 45-degree angle. Virabhadrasana 1. Immediately exhale, frame off the front foot. Step back through a vinyasa. Same exhale. Inhale forward and up. And exhale, press into the knuckles as you come back. Your inhale brings left foot forward, warrior 1. Back foot, 45-degree angle, arms up on the inhale. Exhale and frame off front foot. Step back through a vinyasa. Checking in with each activation point for the body. Strengthening, activating, allowing the breath to restore. Fifth inhale, the sixth. Inhale brings us to hop forward. That inhale up halfway, and exhale forward fold. As we inhale, we sit back into the chair, sweep arms up over the top of the head, hands touching. You don't even have to go so deep. Exhale, hands to heart center. Standing. We'll start another round. Inhale there, and then exhale, fingers to the earth and up over the top of the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hop or step back. Move through your vinyasa. Take your time. Lifting away from the floor as well. Using the nose. And as you exhale back, step right foot forward on the inhale, warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale down, tracking your knee over the side. Moving through a vinyasa in between. Step left foot forward, gorgeous. Lift away from the earth as you go again. And I think you can even keep your knees, if you want, do a full vinyasa. Keep your knees up, join. Coming back whenever you're ready. 5 breaths and onto the Utkatasana, downward facing dog. forward. Imagine your ribs are flying forward to the front of the mat as you pop your hands. Same inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit back into the chair, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center, standing. Move through the third round following your own breath. Surya Namaskar feet. You're welcome to move a little faster if your breath is a little faster, no problem. Yeah, it was beautiful. Got to try it to know what it is and how it feels. I love it. Really good. We're going to try it again here. Press back through your heels, forward through your heart. Lift up into my hand, lift up into my hand. Inhale forward and up. You try it a million times, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Exhale back. Beautiful. But you feel the stutter, if you will. Like that you feel that you don't have what you need to have.
Exactly.
The more times you visit that place,
Yeah.
the friendlier it will become, and before you know it, you'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Because if you keep putting your knees down every time, then you're never getting friendly with that place.
Exactly. I'm never gonna be annoyed with the lack of muscles. I'm never gonna work on them.
So in Ashtanga Vinyasa, this downward facing dog is a resting posture, as you can probably tell now. Why and how?
No. But yes, yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Feel free to make any modifications. Thunder rolls in. So our first pose of the standing sequence will be to inhale, hop the feet apart from one another and bring the hands to the hips. Exhale there. Inhale, lift the sternum, chest bone. And then exhale, bend over from the waist, heart extended, and loop the 2 peace fingers around the 2 big toes. Inhale, up halfway there. And then exhale and use your arms and your belly to press your face toward your legs. It's going to help, to rock more weight into the front big toe mount. It's going to help also if you press more energetically outside to side through the feet. The front of the thighs is engaged. And we're spending 5 breaths here. Amazing. So all relax. Do you normally come down this much in a forward fold?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're awesome. You're there. After the 5th exhale, we'll inhale, come up halfway, and then exhale and slide both of your hands fully under soles of your feet. Inhale up, extend, and exhale forward. Whenever you're ready. Notice how you have a little bit of a tug of war in this posture. You can use your arms to pull back on your feet and put more body weight through the front of the feet into the hands. And what's lifting everything up is the abdominals. So last exhale here, we'll inhale up. Halfway, exhale, unwind hands from feet, bring hands to hips. Inhale, back up. Exhale, jaw together. Our next inhale, step right foot back into prepare for Trikonasana. We'll face the back of the room. Right foot points right two peace fingers around the right toe. We'll hold here for 5 full breaths. So there, inhale, come back up to standing whenever you're ready. After your own 5 breaths, you rotate the feet around. Arms extended, we dip down to the left. 5 full breaths there, gorgeous. Drishti's at the top, fingers. Beautiful posture. We can even press some energy back to the rib cage here. See what happens if we press into my hand? Yes. Engaging through the right buttocks to stabilize. Yes. Those are active, arches are lifted. And you follow your own breath after your 5th exhale. The 6th inhale will bring you back up once again. From here, we'll rotate again to the right and rotate a little bit more so the back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale and bring right arm down to the side, left arm up over the top of the head. And where we're coming is into a revolved version. So come into a forward fold over the front leg. You'll place your left hand on the outside of right foot and lift right arm up to the sky. How's that feel for you? Is it okay? Of course, you can always use a block here under the hand if you like. There's a nice bandha or lock if you start to press right leg into left forearm and then press left forearm into right leg. You feel it? From there, if you try to create more distance between belly and thigh, push ribs up toward the sky, pull shoulder blades close together, you'll feel this great extension with the fingers. 5 breaths here, you're doing amazing. Your exhale, gently unravel out of the pose, back into the forward fold whenever you're ready. And the left arm will lead us up to windmill around to the left side. Same thing on the left side. Left foot faces forward, right foot 45-degree angle to the back of the mat. Right hand comes on the outside of left foot, left arm comes to the sky. Find that bandha between your hands and feet, and the bandha is this lock of energy. We'll lift belly away from thigh. Ribs up toward the sky. You can even point left hip back towards the back of the room. Go straight out, flatten out your hips and sink them. Exhale, 6th inhale, sweep right arm up over the top of the head. Unwind. And you can lower left arm. Good. And then we'll exhale, come to hop to the front of the mat. Second series of postures, our side angle pose. We'll open up to the right side again, inhale, and prepare with the right knee bent. You're in warrior 2. Just for the inhale. The exhale brings right hand down on the outside of right foot, and the left arm sweeps in front of the head, making a complete straight line from left ankle to left hip to left hand. And even though you're nice and deep sitting down into it, I invite you to lift the pelvic girdle away from here and press up through left hip. Discover through the abs. Gaze. Do it like as if your hands were together. And make it easy on your neck. So what would it be if it were easy for your neck? Maybe for you, sitting a little deeper into it. Yes. Or we could take your forearm to your front leg for an adjustment. After the last breath here, we'll inhale, windmill the arms up to standing, straight both legs, pivot the feet, coming over to left side, Prajnapadasana, side angle posture. Bending the knee, left hand on the outside of left foot, right hand over the front of the face and gazing at it as if your hands were facing each other in line with your body and foot. Gorgeous. Toes active here. Stabilizing through right buttocks engaging. Remembering this amazing body. Gratitude. How much it's capable. up, we pivot again to the back of the room. Right foot still there. This time, left foot 45-degree angle. And we love a navel center to come down towards right thigh. We'll prepare by bringing outside of left elbow to the outside of right leg. Make sure that your forearm is parallel completely to the leg. And the secret is to keep right knee bent. Yeah, that's it. Keep that right knee bent. And then from there, lifting from the abdominal engagement, right arm comes up, over the top of the head and beyond in this one long line. That's it. So this is the pose, Pavrita Parvakonasana. Revolve side angle. Gaze at your fingertips if it's manageable. And notice that all the twist comes from the abs. So engage the abs and press up. Rib cage here to the side. That's it. You feel that? Gorgeous. Whenever you're finished with your 5 breaths, you'll unwind, unravel your lower right arm and inhale left arm up, windmill around. Pivot the feet, left knee bends. Whenever you're ready, you'll prepare for Pavrita Parvakonasana on the second side. Exhaling over. Outside of left foot, trying to get the forearm parallel to the shin, and then sweeping arm over the top of the head, left arm over the top of the head, and gazing with the fingertips, one direct line. Gorgeous practice. Remembering that it's the abdominal center that creates the twist, lifting up through left ribs, even leaning back a little bit. Using the bandha, left outer shin into right outer forearm. Pulsating against one another. Find your fifth exhale. Sixth inhale brings you to rotate back towards the side. Exhale, jump or hop back to the front of the mat, hands inside. Our next posture, a bunch of forward folds and Vinyasa. So we inhale, step right foot out, hands on hips, both toes facing the side of the mat. Inhale and extend, and then exhale and plant the heel of your hands in line with the heels of your feet, shoulder width. Inhale, extend through the spine, and exhale, forward fold. And in this posture, you'll use the leverage and strength of your arms to try to get the top of the head toward the earth. Just like the forward folds at the beginning of practice, we want to tip our weight more into the big toe mound side of the foot. We want to engage the front of the thigh and the abdominal center. And then there's a fun little activation. Axial extension through the spine. All 3 bandhas engaged. Slight tuck of the chin and the top of the head presses down toward the earth. So you can even bring the feet closer together. You don't have to necessarily widen them until the head touches, because if the head's hovering a little bit, we'll try this. Head's hovering a little bit. See what you can do to press through the very top of the head. You feel those muscles? Those are the muscles we want. I did that too the first time I did it. You okay?
Yeah.
Gorgeous somersault. She was so good. But you felt it. Your head touched.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, exhale here whenever you guys are ready. We have 3 more. Inhale up halfway. And then exhale, hands on hips. And inhale, come back to standing. So the strength in the thighs is what gives you that stability in Mula Bandha, so you don't roll over.
I just thought it was a stretch.
It's strengthening, everything's strengthening. Our next inhale will bring the arms out into a star, nice and wide. And then exhale them back to the hips. Inhale, come up to stand tall. And then exhale, keep your hands on hips and come back into the forward fold. So everything we just learned is applied here. Just hands in a different position. The Prasarita Padottanasana forward fold series is 4 wide-legged forward folds. And so even here, you can bring the head down towards the earth. She's like, I'm scared I'm going to somersault with no hands. I'm going to stand right here behind you to make sure you won't. But you notice the same muscular activation, and here you can even begin to flirt with the pelvic floor, with the strength pressing the thighs and ankles out to the sides. And then over time, you can get courageous enough with the belly. finish your 5th breath, you simply inhale all the way up to standing. Hands stay on hips. Our 3rd variety of it, we'll inhale arms out once again, side to side into a T. Inhale there. And exhale, back to hands on hips. Inhale, stand up straight. Exhale. This time, interlace the hands behind the back and forward fold. Wrists come up towards the sky as we exhale down. Alright, so another variety without the hands, be prepared for it. Squeeze shoulder blades together and then reach hands away. If you can get the heel of the hand exactly to touch each other into one big fist. So here again, we're playing a little bit with the front to back balance. And the strength of the abdomen. I'm behind you once again. I've fallen out of this one too. It's great fun. Just notice how much power and strength you have. But actually the stretch and the flexibility comes from the strength on the other side. After you've had your 5th exhale here, we'll inhale. Allow your wrists to lead and the abs to lift you up through the wrists to the sky. Come back up to standing. Inhale. And exhale, just bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, one last one. Forward fold. This time, 2 peace fingers around pinky toes, around big toes. In your forward fold. Lock peace fingers, toes. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, use the leverage of your hands, just like we did in one of the first forward folds, to bring you down. The top of the head definitely comes to the earth now. Strengthening through the thighs and the abs. And if your head's on the earth, then you can definitely step your feet closer together. You want to press the head into the earth and stabilize through the legs. Discover that. Elbows, arms are out to the side. Bottom of the shoulder blades drags towards the hips. Relax the jaw for our 5 breaths. After your last exhale there, inhale up halfway. Hands to hips. Inhale up to standing. We'll exhale, hop back to the front of the mat. Hands to the side of the body. Alright, one last pose in the standing series. For this, we'll take a reverse Anjali Mudra. So this is going to be hands behind the back, touching. There are many variations of this. If you want to grab opposite elbow, see how you go. Alright, both of you have it, gorgeous. Here we inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, turn around and about face like you're in the military to the back of the mat. Right foot steps back, and we prepare for Pavakonasana. Inhale again, chest lifts. And exhale, navel comes toward thigh, sternum comes toward ankle. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale and lower. Send energy back through the right hip. Take your time, both thighs engaged, belly engaged, head, neck, jaw relaxed. 5 full breaths. Nice intense forward fold, one-legged forward fold. For this, you can have the back foot a little more parallel toward the front, so toes come up more. Even a 45-degree angle more. Usually your heels are more or less in line. Take our last breath here whenever you're ready. And inhale, just back up to standing all the way. Pivot like you're in the military again. Left foot comes to face forward. Right back, and exhale back into the posture, now on the left leg. You can come into the variation with holding the opposite elbow if it's too intense, if it pulls on any other part of your body. You guys are both astounding that you have the reverse Anjali Mudra. It's not very common in Ashtanga that you'll find people doing the full variety. You can even take the concept of pressing through the top of your head here and tucking the chin in ever so slightly. You see how much closer the nose gets to the leg. And in no time, the nose will touch. Spreading out the toes, activating through the front of the thighs, lifting up through the pelvic floor, perhaps pressing energetically the feet away from one another. After fifth exhale, inhale. Sixth, back up to standing. When you're ready, come on. Inhale, same inhale, we pivot to the right. Star arms up to T. And then exhale, step right foot to meet the left front palm. Woohoo! Alright, ready for some balancing postures. So we did these yesterday, so it's a good tone up on it. The first one, that's the Padangusthasana. Our left hand comes to the left hip. And prepare to balance on the left foot, so lift left toes, spread them wide, place them back down. Start to engage left thigh. Send the weight over to the left foot. Choose a drishti, a focal point, one specific place. Left thigh engaged, lift up through left pelvic floor, shortening between navel and pubic bone. And then press up through the top of the head. Outside of left buttocks engages, extend right leg in front of you and catch the two peace fingers with the toe. Alternatives to this are to keep the knee in the 90-degree angle. You guys are doing amazing. Keep the eyes on the drishti and the outside of left buttocks engaged. Use your arm to lift your right leg higher. Inhale, press up through the top of the head. Continue to engage through the outside. So in Ashtanga, and you're welcome to come in and out of it as necessary, we actually take a forward fold here. So you guys have the full extension, which is amazing. From there, we usually exhale and bring knee down to the shin. So you can try it. You can do it with a bent leg variation, whatever feels comfortable. You can come in and out of it. And we would hold there, exhale, 5 breaths, and then inhale, come up to standing, and open to the side. So the Parsmo variation. When we open to the side, the gaze comes over to the left side, slowly, surely. Hold there for 5 breaths. The secret here is really to allow right tricep and bicep to do the work. Upper right arm, lifting the leg. Squeezing through the outside of left buttocks. After 5 breaths there, we inhale back to center. Exhale, touch. Nose to leg one more time. And then the fun part, let go of your foot. Hold the leg there. Focus on the big toe, 5 breaths. Point the foot. When you're ready, after your 5 breaths, you count fast. Gently lower right leg back to the earth. Shake it out, say, "Bleh." Jesus, that's hard.
To hold it in any other way than with the fingers?
So, classic Ashtanga is pretty specific.
Yeah.
You have 2 peace fingers around the toe. It is a little bit easier, if you do with your hand. And I don't mind learning that way because you can then have the bandha also to press the foot out into the hand and twist that.
Yeah.
We'll prepare for left leg. So, coming into balance, lift right toes off the earth, curl them back and up, spread them out, place them back down. Start to engage through the right thigh and the outside of right buttocks as you shift weight over onto the right foot. Gently, slowly pull up, pubic bone toward navel center and press up through the top of the head. And when you're ready on an inhale, left leg lifts. And we put 2 peace fingers around left big toe. Continue to engage through the outside of right buttocks. Hold your drishti. Focus your eyes on this one point. On an exhale, if you feel comfortable, see if you can bring knee down to nose, nose down to knee. Takes a lot of abdominal strength and a lifting of the pelvic floor. It's great to experiment, to go in and out and to discover. After 5 breaths there, whenever you're ready, you inhale, lift from the pelvic floor up through the top of the head. Use your arms, left arm bends slightly as we bring it out to the side, opening, yes. Keep your focal point, your drishti forward, and one by one, drishti by drishti, you can move it gently to the side. Gazing right, looking left, outside of right buttocks engages. Try to bend the left elbow a little bit to get the leg even higher, using the arm for the strength. Take our last and 5th breath there, whenever you're ready. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knee to shin. Inhale back to standing. Engage the outside of right buttocks. And point the toe as you gaze at the big toe. 4, 3, 2, yeah, you can do it. Lift up through the pelvic floor. 1. Gently, slowly lower left leg. Shake it out if you'd like. We'll move on to the second of the balancing poses. This is a variety on Vrikshasana tree. It's a bound version, so you can take normal tree if you have any kind of knee problems. But otherwise, we prepare for the pose by bringing right knee into the chest, hug it in, close the door, and then bring right heel to left hip crease. Choose your drishti, focus already, engage through outside of left buttocks. Hold the top of the foot and allow the knee to point down towards the earth. You'll need to engage right buttocks to get it more towards the earth. Make sure that it can stay. Where we're going, beautiful, is wrapping right hand around the back. Lift up through the pelvic floor, engage through outside of left buttocks. Press up through the top of the head on an inhale. And the exhale brings us forward. If we can grasp the toe around the back, then it's 2 peace fingers around the big toe. If you can grasp, then you come forward. Left hand on the outside of left foot, inhale up halfway. Exhale, use the belly to bring nose to leg. Use your hand as a support in this balance. Gorgeous. Really protecting the knee, squeezing the knee like it's a nutcracker. Just working with yourself and seeing where you are. The fun of the Ashtanga practice is that we do it every day. So the progress is quite rapid. You get to see what happens. After 5 breaths, inhale up, halfway, exhale, and then inhale, come all the way up to standing, slowly lifting through the pelvic floor, top of the head towards the sky. See if you can hold, and then let go, and we'll switch legs. Very good. Check it out if you want. Right toes curl back, lift, prepare to balance on the right side. Engage through the outside of right buttocks, choose your drishti, your focal point. And inhale, left knee into the chest, pull it up as you press up through the top of the head. When you're ready, right hand on the top of left foot, brings left heel to right hip crease. Prepare for the Ardha Baddha, the half bound Padmasana lotus in Paschimottanasana. Left arm reaches around the back, and we take 2 left peace fingers around right big toe. Inhale, engage the bandhas, tuck in lower ribs, press up through the top of the head. Exhale, micro bend in right knee to come to forward fold. You can move your drishti little by little down towards the earth. Try to flatten right hand on the outside of right foot. Exhale. Inhale, extend through the spine, and then take an exhale into our 5 breaths. And really allow yourself to use the right hand here to receive some of the weight. Squeeze the belly count. After your 5th exhale, whenever you're ready, 6th inhale brings you up. Try to hold on to the foot. Engage the bandhas to lift. Press through the top of the head. Yes, you can. And gently, slowly let go as left leg steps. Trees coming. Big toes together. Alright, in Ashtanga we step the big toes together, the heels slightly apart, so the outside edges of the feet are parallel to the outsides of the mat. So that creates an inward rotation of the thighs and stability and space in the pelvic girdle. We'll inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale into a forward fold. This is like a vinyasa. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back. Move through Chaturanga Dandasana. Notice how it feels different now after all of our standing postures. Press ribs up to the sky. Lower. And exhale back. Now we won't spend time here, maybe only 1 breath. We'll inhale, jump forward into knees bent, And sweep the arms up over the top of the head, Utkatasana, chair pose, 5 breaths. The hands are touching each other in this pose, and I invite you to actually bring them a little far in front of your face so that you can relax the shoulders. Now lift actually the hips so that the hips are directly over the heels. You can look down at your body. The Ashtanga variety of Utkatasana or chair is less intense than you might be used to in a modern Vinyasa class. The eyes are up, focused on the hands. Try to straighten the arms. Beautiful. I'll let you take your 5 breaths, and on your 6th, on the 5th exhale perhaps, we'll negotiate. You come into the forward fold. Inhale up halfway whenever you do, and move through the vinyasa. Press up as you lower. Gorgeous. She's got it. From here, we'll step the right foot forward into Warrior One, just like we did during Surya Namaskar B. Hands come up over the top of the head. Good, Warrior One. And the hands touch. Squeeze through left buttocks immediately. Lift the pelvis away from the earth and sit down into it through the knees. Yes, lift pelvis away from earth. Gazing towards the hands. Same thing here, so you can even bring the hands a little farther forward so you can relax your neck and shoulders. We'll take 5 breaths here. And our next move, not yet, but it will be to keep the hands and eyes exactly as they are, but switch the legs so you're facing the back of the mat. Right leg straightens, left leg bends. Keep the eyes up. Yeah, you can do it. Find that balance, right? She's like, I have to look down. It takes practice. You're amazing. Let's spend 5 breaths in Warrior One on this side. Comfortable, slow breath. On the 6th inhale, we'll open up into Warrior Two directly. So right arm comes back, left arm comes forward. You can open the hips a little bit more even if you want. Even open the feet. Gorgeous. Engagement of the glutes to spin the right hand. Open. The gaze is here over the middle finger. Middle finger. You can descend and squeeze shoulder blades together. From this place of squeezing, reach out through your fingertips. Yeah, beautiful movement of the shoulders there, widening. Spend 5 full breaths. And whenever you're ready, you inhale and straighten left leg, pivot around toward me, toward the front, and exhale, bend right leg. Straighten left, bend right. 5 breaths, Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2 on the side. Engagement of the left buttocks. Opens the hip. You can even sit down into it even deeper and then lift just the pelvis up away from here. Yeah, gorgeous engagement. Bottom corner of shoulder blades draws together, and from that place of drawing together, we spread our wings, press through the tips of the fingers. On your 6th breath, windmill the hands down to frame off front foot and take the vinyasa. We have officially completed the standing series of the Ashtanga Vinyasa primary series. So what we'll do now is I invite you to jump through. Go ahead and jump if you can through your hands and come to sit down. Lay down on our back. So get any towel you need. Sweaty. Lay down on the back to prepare for back bends. So in Ashtanga Vinyasa, there's a whole seated series and an arm balancing series. It's a lot of jumping back and jumping through. Normally for beginners, you'll only be able to go as far as the teacher allows you. So if probably in this pose, you guys would have been stopped. Yeah? And you have to perfect that before you can go on. So We'll go as far as the standing series, and then maybe later in the week we can try some of the seated postures to see what will come next. There's a closing series that everyone does, and so when you're cut off at a certain point, you then immediately just go to the closing series and pick up there. So that's what we'll do now. Back bends is the first part of that. So when you're ready, you'll bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet flat to the earth. Try to bring your heels closer to the buttocks if you can. Then, when you're ready, bend the elbows and bring the fingertips toward the shoulders. Nice spread out through the fingers. Exhale there. And when you're ready, inhale and lift up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing fold. Use the abdominal strength and the buttock strength to get there. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Spread out the toes as well. We'll hold here for 5 breaths, head relaxing. Even imagine my hands on the outside of your thighs and you're pressing out into my hands. Pressing out into my hands. That's it. So after 5 breaths, the next thing you're going to do is gently lower your arms, top of the head to the earth. Be careful here. You can do it. Top of the head comes to the earth, and walk your fingertips toward your heels. Just a little bit. Walk the fingertips a little farther forward. Not even that far. Just a little back, because we're going to actually lift up again. You got it. Strengthen through the legs, strengthen through the buttocks. That's it. Now imagine my hands on the front of your hips, and I want you to press up into my hands. Press up into my hands. That's it. Continue to breathe. After 5 breaths, you'll do that one more time. Top of head will come to the earth, and you'll walk your hands in. Take your time. Be gentle on yourself. It's fine if you want to rest. Coming up. Solid down through the feet. Engage through the legs. Press your hips up into my hands. You got this. Up into my hands. Even more. Even more. Even more. Calm breath. Yes. And gently, slowly, amazing. You lower. Take your time, just breathe, relax. Our next pose, believe it or not, is legs straight, hands down by the legs. You imagine you're in standing. Feet come together. You flex the feet. You press up through the top of the head and down through the heels. You might even tuck the sacrum flat on the earth for 10 full breaths. Relax here. Steadiness in activation. The solidity, this charge that we've built up in the body, and we lift it up to the sky in Shavasana, shoulder stand. So take your time to get there. If maybe you kick your feet normally over the top of your head or whatever it is that you practice normally, see if you can lift the feet up towards the sky. Beautiful. And tuck bent elbows under so that you support the back of the pelvis with your hands. And then over time, see if you can actually draw the hands down towards the ribs. Hi, Sam! 1 minute! Are you welcome to come over here if you want? Shavasana. And in Ashtanga, we keep the hands on the back, always supporting. Gorgeous. So no part of the spine and neck is on the mat at this time. You lift it away. The cervical spine is lifted away. I can stick my finger under your neck and it wouldn't touch the mat. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Descend shoulders down away from the ears. Continue to use the abs to lift up through the toes. Gorgeous. So we hold here for anywhere between 10 to 25 breaths, depending on who's teaching. And our next pose is Halasana, with the toes coming over the top of the head towards the earth. Use your abs to lift through the bum as you lower through the toes. Here's the jaw. And the toes actually tuck under so the toenails touch the earth. Halasana in this pose. We continue to squeeze shoulder blades together and press shoulders down away from the earth. So you can keep your hands there. As you're ready.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
holding your legs. There's a fish in there where you lower the lotus. But we're going to skip a little bit forward. Do you practice headstand?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do from here is you could either do it backwards, roll out, or just sit up, go back through the vinyasa, and we'll meet up in downward facing dog to prepare for Shirshasana.
So roll up, you mean backwards?
Yeah?
Like this?
You want to try it?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so press through your hands, and you'll do a backward somersault. You can bend your knees and allow your knees to come to the earth, and then lift your head. You got it. That a girl. Now crawl forward and take a vinyasa. Gorgeous. That's full Chakrasana. Wheel posture. Yeah. See, you feel you're getting stronger?
Yeah.
That a girl. Coming back. So from downward facing dog, we'll prepare for our Shirshasana. So you can allow the knees to come to the earth. And go ahead and prepare for your Shirshasana. Some people like to measure to the outside of the elbows. I've heard if you're more than 5'5", that's not accurate. So you see how you do, but we'll take a nice interlace of the fingers to prepare. And I would actually bring your elbows definitely a little closer than that. Just a little bit closer. Yes. Try it again. So loose basket through the hands, bottom pinky tucked under. When you're ready, begin to extend the legs. And then press top of the head into the earth. So try to tuck your chin in a little bit and press the top of the head down into the earth. It's called headstand because we're actually standing on the head. Yeah, that's it. So press your head into the earth. Walk the toes in more towards the elbows, just little by little.
Could you be on the other side?
Yeah, I can spot you for sure.
Oh.
Take your time. Gently, slowly, so you can get the knees into the chest. That's it. And press top of the head into the earth. Use the abs. Why don't you stay with your knees in your chest, actually? This is what I do with my students to stabilize. Yeah, I'm holding you, so it's hard. So you can try and just lift up to knees in the chest. That's a great place for you to actually stay.
Enough for today. I feel so weak in
She's okay. So come into child's pose. Amazing. We'll meet up in child's pose. You guys are both doing amazing. We thought we were only going to move a little bit. From here, whenever you're ready, we take a vinyasa. Definitely spend a lot of time in child's pose after headstand to make sure that the flow blood is in. And we'll jump through. Gorgeous. Do our final finishing postures. You can either come into lotus if it's part of your practice, or just take a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana easy posture. So coming to sit down on the mat, jumping all the way through the legs. Come to cross the legs. If you have a lotus in your practice, then you would reach around for the opposite leg. You would wrap big peace fingers around the toes. Don't force it, especially because we haven't practiced it yet. It's good to stay in Sukhasana, and if you're just in Sukhasana, then you can wrap around to the opposite.
Is that Sukhasana?
Yeah. Yeah. We inhale up, and we exhale into a forward. Spend 10 breaths here. Just stay in Sukhasana. We're not really well prepared. And after these 10 breaths here, what's coming is the train. As you'll sit up and just take a meditative 10 breaths. They're supposed to be the slowest breaths of the practice. And in these 10 breaths, if you imagine belly, ribs wide, shoulders sternum, chest bone lifts, and then exhaling slowly. The finishing posture then with lotus would be to lift the bum off the earth. But we'll normally skip that for a beginner as well. So, we have officially finished the Ashtanga Yoga sequence. In Ashtanga, Shavasana isn't actually a part of the class. We finish here, we say Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. And then I say take rest. So you get to usually turn around. Sometimes in studios you'll go to the back of the studio and you just lay in Shavasana for as long as you want. So I'll leave it to you there.
I'm gonna get in a bikini later.
Make sure you take Shavasana though. It is the most important pose in class.